Good morning, YouTube. Cars, they be depreciating, especially if you buy them new.
Right. Well, that's normal, though.
Facts
Once
of
you
life.
drive them off the lot, is there sort of an equation like $5,000 once it goes off?
Oh, well, I think it's percentage. I see cars, they did a study on recent car depreciation, and they said it's actually better than it was in the past because more people are shopping used. They can afford the new prices of cars. So it was 38.8% as an average.
Right.
Across the board, compared to in 2019, that was about 50% over 5 years.
Ooh, 50%.
50%, and now it's 38%, so not quite as bad, over 10% better.
Why would anyone want to buy a brand new car?
Well, thank goodness there's suckers that do, because I get to buy them a little bit used. Our Lyric was a
Right.
68 something sticker new, and
Yeah.
got it for 42.
And unbelievable.
Yeah,
Right?
the Cybertruck, I did not want to ride that depreciation down, and I normally don't. So yeah, here's all the biggest suckers. So I see cars, they had a list of the fastest depreciated. So keep in mind, right now it's about 38% in 5 years.
Right.
Here's what they calculate to be the worst, and it's starting with obvious choice, Maserati Quattroporte.
Why is Maserati? I feel like Maserati is always on these lists, no matter what.
I don't know who's buying them new, but somebody buys them new. They
Right.
probably lease okay, and maybe they get turned in the lease. I don't know. But the 5-year depreciation, 64.5% or $90,000 in value lost in 5 years.
So if you're trying to like look cool and impress somebody driving up in a sweet car, this one isn't it.
They joke that Quattroporte, it means drive 4 people, or it should actually mean depreciation Italian style with 4 doors. They're right.
It
Yes.
should.
I mean, they're cool cars. They got the Ferrari Drive V8, or they used to. That relationship is ending. So then what's going to make these things cool with that twin turbo V6 that's blowing up in the Ghibli? I'm triggering my Ghibli things. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do we have a therapist?
Next.
Okay.
BMW 7 Series. Yeah, this is an obvious one. 61.8%. Or $72,000 in 5 years of what you'll lose.
Wait, seriously, that much?
Yeah.
Are you?
They're very expensive on average, a 7 Series. Yeah.
What?
Right.
Why would you buy one? Brand new. It's literally insane.
To have the latest and greatest flagship German luxury sedan, and plenty of people have done it, do it. Hard to believe nowadays because, I mean, look at that grille. It's so dang hideous.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. Different is a nice term for. Oh.
Right. So pretty common with the S-Class and the 7 Series. The Ghibli's on here.
Oh, of course.
The Ghibli. $58,000 lost, 61.3%. Or you could buy it used and just lose all of your money buying it used, because that's what I did, because they're totally junk deals. Okay, next. BMW 5 Series, 58.8% depreciation, $37,000 lost on average.
Okay, so
Whoa.
far, 2 Maseratis and 2 BMWs on this list.
Yep.
Okay.
No bueno. The BMW X5, 58.2%, $44,000 in value lost. BMW is getting their butts kicked here.
They're rough.
Yeah,
Having a
wow.
hard time.
The Infiniti QX80, that is another one. I bought one of those very used, very cheap one time. That's
Yeah.
sort of a bad one because, yeah, 58.1% depreciation, $47,000 lost in value.
It just seems crazy that people would actually buy something new that it's like burning money.
I think it's a great alternative to, say, a Toyota Sequoia. I would buy this a few years used over that any day of the week, where
Right.
they're so much more expensive used. These are about the same price. I really liked mine. It rode really good. The V8's super smooth, very comfortable. Drove that to Vegas towing a vehicle for Car Trek, Vegas and back.
Oh,
So,
yeah?
have a lot of seat time in one of those. Maserati Levante. Okay, 57.8% depreciation, $55,000 in value. I had a Levante as well, lost a lot of money on it, and then the next owner had an engine that went, pop goes the weasel. I disclosed that it hadn't had an oil change in 60,000 miles,
Right.
and sold it with that disclosed at auction. The person buying it knew that. Lasted about a year, and
That's rough.
yeah, but
All right.
I lost over $10,000.
3 Maseratis, 3 BMWs on this list. That's
Yeah,
4.
Jaguar XF. I don't have any Jag horror stories, I suppose. So, feeling a little better now. 57.6% depreciation, $39,000 lost in 5 years.
That's rough. That's rough.
I've lost that in a week with cars right now, but whatever. Okay. An Audi A7, 57.2% change in value, 48,917 in 5 years. The A7 does look cool. The swoopy coupe rear end versus like an A8. They're making a 4-door coupe. I like them.
I think they're cool. I've always liked Audi. It's too bad that they're on this list. I was surprised to see one.
Right. Well, yeah, the Audi Q7. So more Audis. 5-year depreciation, 56.8%. Change in value, $41,000 for the one step below. Q5, 6, 7, 8. I don't pay attention. Can't tell the difference, but apparently people can on how many Audi SUVs there are. But
Right.
apparently the 7 is the one to not have.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the Cadillac Escalade.
No, are these just the new Escalades?
This was added to the table. This vintage period modifiers where you can put rims on your Escalade and customize it and take it apart and all that stuff. The Escalade real.
They put the Escalade on this list. 5-year depreciation of 56%.
Yeah, and
$60,000.
$59,000. That's the car that my dad talks about losing the most money on because he bought a Platinum Series in 2005, thought it was
Right.
really cool, or 2006. The next year, the 2007s came out, and he had the thing a year, and it was $40,000 less. Is what they
yeah.
offered on trade-in to upgrade Escalades in a year. So he kept it and drove it for many more years because obviously when you get an offer like that, no.
Right.
So. Bad taste in his mouth.
Why
He
do
went
you
back to
think,
GMC's
though?
and bought Lessers ever since.
Why do you think there's such a depreciation on your beloved Escalade?
They're expensive.
Yeah.
They continually upgrade them, and they are sort of, up badge Tahoe. So when they become used, the premium for the Escalade becomes narrower as they age into used cars.
So do you think a lot of these cars are just overvalued to begin with, and that's why their depreciation's so high?
Well, obviously somebody buys them and pays the money for it. So yeah, it's gonna be tough with $100,000 cars nowadays, where there may be a lot of new buyers that have that kind of money, but then when it comes to used, like I don't want a used car, so that it might be even worse here in the coming years. Interesting to think about. But Audi A6 is on here, 56.3% 5-year depreciation, change in value, $38,000. Well. That's expensive. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself and my bad decisions because I could just go buy a new car and lose all that money. Although I do it in a week or 2 weeks or a couple of months on these cars.
Well, the Cybertruck's the first newest car or new car that you bought in a long time before the Cybertruck. What was the new car that you bought?
21 GT500
You bought
Shelby.
a brand new
one for
What?
sticker.
Okay.
Yeah, traded it in for the Corvette Z06, so that was a new
right.
car as well. Both those cars I sold for close to what I paid for them, maybe a little above or a little below. So yeah,
But it takes a lot for you to get a brand new
it has to be a pretty sure bet that I'm going to own it for a while and not lose money because otherwise I just can't do it. I may get a GT500 again.
Yeah.
That was a really cool car. Really like that. Took the kids on a road trip in it one time and it was comfortable for them and the 760 horsepower. But I wasn't going to ride that down to 30 grand from 83. So I let it go and thought, well, maybe someday when they're hoopties again. So
is there any brand new cars on the horizon coming out that you have your eye on?
the EV Volkswagen van.
Oh, that's
hippie
true.
van.
What color?
Whatever two-tone. It has to be the two-tone with
Okay.
wild
Yeah.
colors. But I actually got an email from a dealer
Yeah?
in Virginia that
Yes.
says they're getting them in about 2 months. They're getting a few. And he said he was going to check with his dealer, GM owner, whatever, and will give me one for MSRP if I want. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I should mention that Volkswagen is not on this list at all, and Volkswagens are wonderful products, and I think you all should buy them because, especially this one in Virginia. Let me pull up whatever this dealership is. Oh no!
Is this the shameless plug to get some love from them?
If I can get the first VW bus,
That would be great.
Alexandria Volkswagen in Alexandria, Virginia. George, see if he can come through for me on
Where's
that one.
George? George, we need you.
Yeah, so those are going to be about $60,000,
That
and
sounds very reasonable. You're
Yeah.
real for $60,000.
Right, you get a hippie
great.
van that
Right.
has a camper mode where all the seats fold down so you
Yeah.
can have a flat area.
Mm-hmm.
You have over 300 miles of range. You can get the rear wheel drive or the all wheel drive or front wheel drive maybe. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
really checked the specs out. I just know it's an old hippie van looking thing and I really, really want it.
Right. Okay. So George, we need you to come through. We need
How
you to
about
pull
you?
some magic.
New cars for you?
Brand new right now. I heard Bugatti came out with a new.
The Tourbillon?
I think that would be pretty epic.
4 million for a Tourbillon?
I feel like you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Well, I'm sure there is a long, long list of people that are going to want that.
Well, it's probably one of those where you already have to own a Bugatti, like have already been approved by them on their list to be able to get this. I don't know
Paper
what the
Rose
details are.
building a tourbillon and going to the chateau and taking delivery.
That would be, because that's what you can do actually, is you go out to the chateau, which is a beautiful mansion, and just design however you want to, just completely one off. It's
Right.
really neat. And,
Well, I'm
that's
starting the
on my list.
GoFundMe for you right now.
Okay.
It's a very noble cause to
Thank you.
donate. It'll be linked below. It won't be linked below. That's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.
It's either that or the El Camino Grand National.
That's not new. That
One
was
or the other.
somebody's
Well,
horrible
it's a
home
new
garage
project,
creation. It was
though,
that was a
right?
mess.
They newly put it together, so
That
it
was
is
a
kind
mess.
of new.
Yes.
I'm still hoping that you actually were the high bidder on it. I'm just waiting for it to pull in the new car barn. Come on.
Right.